Okay, this is Liam eating an infant rendition of the classic Ploughman's lunch of bread, cheese, and apples. Or bread, cheese, and some kind of sweet fruit relish, but in this case, it's little cubes of apples and little cubes of fresh sourdough baguette from the farmer's market and little slices of organic mild white cheddar. Because we are hippies and we're attempting to feed our son in as natural a fashion as possible. Now, for the longest time, Liam didn't like to be fed, so while Cindy's at Target, I figured I'd do some experiments with lunch and just sort of, think maybe he just wants to eat, more adult style food and feed himself. The problem is, babies are crap at everything. And so most of the food ends up semi-chewed, thank you, yes, my camera, pulled up in the little V-neck on his onesie that he just then sort of smashes his chin into as he reaches over and smashes the food like it needs to be killed, or he's breaking its neck before he either throws it back onto the tray or piles most of it into his mouth, only to be spit out in a semi-chewed fashion onto his neck later. So, there we go. See, I would have a bib on him, except he tore the bib off in a fit of rage earlier. I swear, if the bib wasn't Velcro, he would have hung himself. He's too young for autoerotic asphyxiation, so I don't know what he's aiming for with that kind of behavior, but whatever. Well, there goes some cheese. Let's see if that'll stay in. It's a good thing he only has 8 teeth, otherwise those fingers might not be long for the world. Yeah. The food is just being sort of rendered into a food-like paste. I also thought eating with an accompaniment of music would be helpful. So we have some Tchaikovsky on in the background. All that does is really give a kind of a weird orchestral soundtrack to what is effectively just this horrible disaster of attempting to feed a baby. I don't know if all parents go through this, or if this is just unique to my child. All I know is it's going to be really, really fun cleaning hunks of saliva-laden cheese off of this tray. And him. Oh, here we go. There's a mouthful of food. What do you think? Is he going to swallow it, or is it just going to come out and add to the little pile of detritus down his neck? Liam, are you going to swallow, or is it coming out the mouth? And the answer is... no, we're just going to add more to it. Yeah, that's brilliant. Hi. Okay. Why don't you swallow what you have? Any chance? Alright, come here. What? Oh, shit. Alright, never mind. I'll just sit here and make some kind of record so I can show the authorities. No, officer, really, I wasn't trying to make my child choke on cheese and apples and bread. He just... Oh, arms up. Arms up. Okay, good. Great. Spit it out. Yep, notice the pile getting bigger. Hi. Yep, and lump of food coming out in the hand and now going back onto the tray. one piece of cheese is just resolutely stuck. Like a crazy glue commercial. You can't quite get the leverage underneath it to pick it up. And as he tries, he just rounds the edges off more and more. But we can get to those little bits of apple there, can't we? So I wonder how much longer I should let this go on, because I've been filming for 5 minutes, but this whole circus of filth has been occurring for the better part of a half hour. The other thing is, Sydney's going to come home and say, "What did you accomplish?" And I'm going to go like, well, probably got maybe like 40 calories worth of food. We made a huge mess, and that's about all. And she's not going to believe me that I spent 45 minutes in the kitchen listening to Tchaikovsky trying to get the boy to feed himself. But nah, I should have been filming this whole time. I should start cataloging. Yeah, exactly. Things we think of after the fact, right, Liam? Yeah, it's a piece of apple. That's from the apple orchard we went to 2 weeks ago. Or was it last week? I think it was last week. God, the weeks just blend together. Yeah. I peeled that for you so you won't choke on the skin, but instead you're just going to shove so much of it in your mouth you're going to choke on the pulp. Left to your own devices, you would probably last, what, 12 hours? Maybe. It's a good thing you're cute. Well, with all that spent food accumulating down around your neck, you're not going to look cute for very long. Okay, swallow what you have. You know what the appropriate accompaniment to bread and cheese and fruit would be? Wine. What do you think Child Protective Services would do to me if I gave you some Old Vine Zinfandel? Yeah, probably nothing fun. Yeah, that's a mouthful of food. Yep. Okay, next step. Swallow. Swallow. Alright, well, this was fun.